Okay, this game contains scenes, still. I gotta jump on the Discord to see what's up with that. I guess, I mean, Haunted Publishing Syndicate kind of just plays off the HPS thing, but... I don't know if they're going full publisher like Dread X inevitably did. Although, yeah, in Haunted PS1's case, without a sex pest high on staff, he left. Although he founded, was it Black Lantern Games? There's one other place he worked with, too. I forget if it was New Blood. I don't think it was New Blood. I'd have to look into it, but there was a YouTube video like a month and a half ago that basically added this guy, without name, but other people were like, yeah, that guy sucks. Okay, so anyway, Bone Fire Effigy. I did run into one thing, first time I launched this, it said, like, no translation for any of the menu options. Closed it, reopened it, we're fine. So, we're gonna do this no commentary first. And, yeah. Oh, does gamepad work? Yes, it does. Okay, cool. So we'll do a no commentary run, we'll do a commentary run. Because it's probably relatively short. It's not like a $2 or $3 game, too, so. Every relationship starts with a spark. Find fuel, feed this flame. Okay, so... we need wood. We can hold 4 if I remember correctly. Have you ever felt such warmth before? Let it envelop you. I think envelop is a verb, shouldn't have the E on the end, but that's fine. And also we learned from the, once it gets so much hotter between us. Yeah, we learned from the demo version that you can kind of trick the effigy by looking at it. It's mentioned in the commentary. Weeping Angel rules. Keep going. Don't stop. Okay, we've completed part 1 for the achievements. Take what's old, feed what's new. Doesn't a forest fire like end up sparking and intensifying while we're doing this too? I think so. I don't think she shows up till either the end of part 2 or the top of part 3. Oh, there we go. Oh, there was another one down here. We need to get this bright enough to see further into the... I'm hungry for more. I can't get enough of you. Okay. Left bumper is the sprint button. I remember there was one. I couldn't remember what the button itself was. Please, I just want to forget. Oh wait, white text is different. That's probably us. I think the yellow text is the effigy. It feels like the stamina regens a little faster too. I think some tweets for me. Am I still beautiful? Oh, she wiggling. There is an achievement for getting caught, so probably at least once. Well, it'll probably happen regardless. I don't know what those second 3 parts are like. That's part 2. Is something wrong? I feel like you're running away from me. Oh, okay, the hold action must be to... Because I ran into that problem where the last bit of text didn't... Or, like, we kept skipping it at the end. That's probably why that got implemented. That's cool. I appreciate that. Thank you, Vlad. Can I call you Vlad? That's okay. I'll come to you. Now the chase begins. Oh god, the noise. Oh wait. I don't know how... I know it's a kind of a narrow breadth of vision there. I hope. I think we missed that one. Yeah, you can just hang out for a minute. Oh! Does it have to be eye contact, I guess? Yeah, I think it's a narrow, like a relatively narrow cone of space between me and her. I still gotta go finish up those last 2 achievements in Vladimere's lore, now that I think about it. Your love is a knife forever lodged in my heart. Could you not? I love the shamble, though. It's a good shamble. Shit. Got toasted. Okay. Shit. Trying to remember which way the hill goes here. Fuck you! Okay, I'm gonna Eagle Claw this. Go for the water, go for the water, go for the water. Boop. Okay. Shit. At least there's multiple exits. We need 4 to get to the next phrase, so... Okay. Question is, how do I get back from here? I think I can loop around the tree with my eyes on her. If we can maximize distance, I should be able to plonk these into the fire before she locks back on. Getting captured achievement is for full on getting thrown into the fire, so... Is it ever real? Or was I always just a toy for you to break? Okay, I have to look away to get over here. Now the thing is... Okay, she came around this way. That's fine. Oh, fuck, fuck. Actually, I just realized we could probably do commentary mode with the effigy off. Since that's a setting. You can just get the story that way normally. Oh, shit. Okay, that's 3. There's one up there. I feel like there was some more over this way. Just hoping. There's one against the wall there. I may have played myself. Alright. So I see the one in the corner. I might go for that, and then... Maybe I'm not going to go for that. Also, you can use the run backwards. Hell yeah. Alright. Game changer. Give me one more log. Thanks for the assist. It seems to be getting harder to escape each time, which is a little annoying, but... Okay, it didn't actually... So it felt harder to tap out, but it wasn't as close as I thought we were. Okay. Does it really matter? What's done is done. Okay, so... Is she still over there is the question. Alright, I don't think we're getting that one. At least not right now. Fuck. We're still in the same wood supply as the last push, so... Okay, but okay, getting yeah, getting caught does reset the difficulty, so that's not so bad. Can we not? I don't remember if there's any wood left over here. Here we go. Good catch. Don't like that. Am I cheesing it? Absolutely. But do I want to see the end? Also absolutely. Okay. So we know there's more up this path. I feel like it might have set us back more phrases before. Or more statements, whereas this seems to be doing only one at a time, which is honestly a little better, a little easier. I appreciate that. I could just be misremembering. What matters is what comes next. Uh-oh. I see you. There's nothing up here. Okay. Well, I may have doomed myself. Shit, 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 shit! Alright, that's also a corner. Oh, this is the one we couldn't get before. Shit. That was close! See, I'm trying to juke her over here and then sweep up that other path. One of these other paths. Because I don't think I have the mashing stamina to... Damn. She fast. That we have to look down slightly to pick up the wood regardless. Maybe not. Okay. That's 4. Okay, now we gotta figure out which way is back to the fire. I think we're roughly on the right track here. Fuck you! No! Oh wait, we have our goods still. Good. I'm almost there and I'm ravenous for you. Okay. Well, shit. Okay. That's gonna be a death. Oh, okay. Incredibly close save. Also, is she more on fire each time? Or is it just the way the light's hitting her hair and stuff? I see wood there. Damn it! Alright, just go straight back. Same path, straight back. There's definitely some straw involved in this. In her construction, I think, I mean. Hello, how are you today? Fuck. Alright, but if we go around past her, there's at least 2 woods. Shit! If we go around past her, there's at least 2 wood on the path still. There's one. There's the other one. Okay, no, I knew I decentered her a bit. I can still kind of see her sprite there. Alright, I feel like it's going to be easier. Like, do I want to risk going right by her and losing her for just long enough for her to grab me and fuck me over? I'm going to run the lap. Oh, this might go back to a bad place, though. I don't know if this loops back to the camp. I don't think it does. Okay. Well, on the plus side, we can now keep her in our view this way. Honestly, I kind of want to let her get around the corner a bit so I can make sure I'm actually looking at her. Instead of having her do a runner up behind me and fuck my day. Alright. That's part 3. There's 6 parts. Don't you want me? I could make it all go away. Just give me something more of that kindling to work with. Okay. Oh, welcome to the bone zone. I don't know where she is, and that concerns me. Maybe it doesn't pick up until after. Oh, shit! Also, it doesn't necessarily seem to be stopping her now. Just slowing her down. We might be eating a few more deaths here. Playing this fun game called I Hope There's Bones Here. Okay, this was the one that backed up into, like, nothing. Right? Oh, oh shit, oh fuck. Okay, we can't stop moving. Great. That or she just gets more active. Yeah, I think proximity might speed her up a bit, too. That might be why she's able to get the jump on me so many times, even with the sprints. We're going to go up the hill, I think? I don't know where she is. Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, and she'll light you on fire right away if she catches you in this form. Got it. Okay, we have our bones. That's it. Doesn't feel good to open up. There she is. Get that for the recovery. I'm also wondering if maybe the amount of kindling we have on hand is... Okay, I'll take that if it'll give you the 4 bones. That's fine. Can't escape the shitty things you did to me. Oh wait, some of it's yellow text, some of it's orange text. Maybe we're both saying stuff about shitty things done to us. I feel like this is the way we went before, but... We didn't go downhill this time, or before, so... Also, I think it's taking less than 3 bones to get the next phase each time now. Okay, there's bones over there if we take the low path and then keep going low. Hi. Shit! Hopefully those count as having been dumped in. So I don't have to redo it. Low path? I hear her. There she is. Bones. Take what you can get. Got it. Okay. There's still more on this high path too. Shit. At least 2. Okay. Steep hill down. I think we're going back towards the fire. It's kind of hard to tell. There. As long as you live, I'll haunt you. Maybe it is an orange text. I don't see it. Okay, there she is, and she doesn't seem to be phased much at all. Oh fuck, it's over. Or is it? Haha! There's still 1 bone up there, which I might still need. There's also that cave there. I don't know if we messed with that at all. Again, I gotta remember I can run in reverse, too. Forget the past. Oh, no, it is going orange and yellow. You belong to me now. Okay. Fucking shit beans! Okay. Is that a cave? Yes! Aha! The secret bones. New route unlocked. I don't like it though. I like the bioluminescent goodies down here. Oh shit! Shit wall. Although we should respawn with the bones, so I'll take it. That's part 4. I hope these feelings consume you for good this time. You didn't deserve to be happy. Oh, it's getting spicy and blurry. Am I just supposed to run for water? I guess we'll do that. Go straight. Breathe for a second there. Yeah, I'm not going to stop and turn back. I don't think that's a good idea. That cave might have been the way there. Oh, pushing it. Okay, yeah, the usual... This not holding the button recovery is actually pretty good now. Oh, we're crawling, okay. Yeah, I can't even try to sprint. Hi? Despite all the progress you've made, you always come crawling back. Not ideal? I don't know what else there is to do there. That's part 5. Old flames haunt the forest of my mind. Oh, I love, like, the transition to ashes. B, A, start? Oh. That probably resets. Oh, okay. Hold to fill the arrow. Duh. The same way we progressed before. No matter how much time passes, I can't seem to escape them. My selfish actions have caused traumas I'll never be able to take back. Mood. Maybe one day these feelings will utterly consume me. Maybe that's what I deserve. Also mood. But until then... Ooh, a little sprout. A little hope. Life goes on. And now we'll climb the vine up to the bonus area to get out of here. That fits a little more in with the budding growth theme, too. That makes a little more sense. I thought it was more like the growth of fire, but... Of the fire, but yeah, it's cool. Yeah, also per Vladimere Lhore's Catch Ideas Like Fish Jam video, they meant to do a game for that, but didn't have time. Okay, options. Effigy off, and we're going to turn on the commentary. I meant to turn off VSync, but it's not hitting performance too bad. Okay.
Hey there, I'm Vladimere Lhore. Welcome to my thinly veiled therapy sessions masquerading as commentary.
I forget if it had subtitles in the original, because I know I
HPS1's Growth
mentioned as much
It ran through the
regarding the commentary.
2025 with a 2-week extension into June. I used that time to polish up the game. One big motivator for hosting the jam was to keep the HPS1 community active. I always mean to host more jams, but I feel guilty if I don't participate. That was also my attempt to push myself back into development after an unintentional extended break following the launch of my 10-year anniversary collection, Vladimere's Lhore.
I know we played through this when I did the demo, but we're going to do it again for completion's sake.
I had the Haunted PS1 vote on a theme, as I didn't really have one that I was itching to do myself. Made a couple spring-related themes, Mayday, Growth, and Transition to get the ball rolling. Said I would add any suggestions, and was expecting at least a few, but I guess Growth just spoke to everyone.
I mean, it did pretty well.
It ended
I had
up
fun with
blowing
it.
the other two out of the water. With a theme in mind, I started dreaming up what I could do. My mind first went to leveling up, and thought about making an upgrade system like Become Prey 2, have the player physically grow stronger. Another line of thought I had was focused around growing plants, learn to do farming mechanics. But ultimately, what I settled on was fire. I wanted to make the game be about a fire growing out of control.
I forget if these are the same two, or...
Hey there, I'm Vladimere Lhore.
Okay. My A button was double clicking, that's fine. See, I think it updates either at the parts completion, but... Yeah, that would make sense, because more paths will open up. This one I think is new.
From the word go,
There we go.
I basically knew I wanted the core loop to be collecting things to feed the fire. And I was pretty certain I wanted some sort of entity stalking the player while they did this. That said, originally it was all going to take place on one map and play out more like how the first two levels do, where you need to feed the fire to see further into the woods where there would be more branches to collect. But after some prototyping, I was finding it difficult to design the map. So a few failed attempts later, I decided to break the game up into levels.
Yeah. We got an ad coming up, but I think I might be able to find one more. All right, double check this one, but I think it's
From the
similar.
word go,
Yep.
when I imagined the entity that chased you around the woods, it was always something made of sticks. I wanted it to pop and crack as it moved disjointedly closer.
Yeah, you can hear that in the first couple
Thinking of those
levels
made of
if you let it get
sticks
close enough.
And fire, I thought of effigies like the Wicker Man. With the idea that the entity would be an effigy, the question came up, an effigy of what? While thinking on that, I googled effigy for images to inspire.
Oh, that explains the outfit. Yeah, it looked kind of Baltic or Slavic to me.
They were for Maslenitsa, or Pancake Week. The one I saw over and over
I want
wore a red
pancakes.
dress and had a pale painted face. It felt perfect as the scary thing in the woods. All it needed was a scarier face. So I referenced some analog horror faces, because when they work, oh boy. With the effigy taking a feminine form, the what sort of clicked into place that she would represent a past lover.
Okay. Well, since she's not chasing me, and I turned it off, we can go to ad. I'm just gonna stare at the fire for a minute, and we'll see you shortly. Uh-oh, it crashed. We'll just start on part... Oh, no, it didn't. Yes, it did. Okay, so maybe don't tab out, but we can start... I can start from the top, and we could just skip the first few commentaries to catch up. Whoopsie. It kind of makes sense that Haunted PS1 would do a publishing thing, because, like... Wait, why is it in Japanese now? Hold up. I didn't change the option. Okay. That's a little weird. That would also be why, like, there wasn't... It said no translation. Alright, at least the other settings are still good, so... Weird. Okay.
Hey there, I'm Vlad.
So we listened to that one. We listened to that one. Hopefully that counts for the achievement. If not, I just don't know if it saved me listening to them in the after the first bit. Okay, I hope. Okay, those were repeats, so we just gotta light it up again. And if you're coming into the stream right now, we listen to the commentaries on one run, and then when I pause for the ad break, there's no real pause, so I just tabbed out because the effigy wasn't active. Alright, I think we found one back here. No, not back here. And it crashed out, so we're starting from the top, and I'm just skipping the ones that we've already listened to.
From the word go,
Okay, core loop, and then yeah, the effigy spot is back here. Might as well grab some wood while I'm here.
When I imagine the entity that chased you around the woods, it was always
I have to
something
go a
made
bit closer
of
and
sticks.
stop.
I wanted it to...
Alright, so those, okay, we're caught up on the ones we'd actually heard before. So I was probably supposed to light the fire a bit. We'll come back and look at the effigy real quick, because I feel like... Well, actually, I don't know if it would completely remove it, or... Alright. Okay, what do we... Oh, I think we hit a arms full there. Okay, that's the effigy spotting. Let me see if there's another path out that we can take. That doesn't really go anywhere. That's a wall. This goes somewhere. There's probably one down in the cave. I gotta remember to check that one. Is this just the effigy again, or is this different?
When I imagine the entity that chased you around...
It is just the... Okay. So I stop walking in a circle. How did I get up here? Alright, well, we know this loops back around the other way. Oh, there's the smoke. Okay. That's where we got in through. Alright, anything new? Are you good?
From the word go...
Yes. Heard you. Well, I mean, by yes, I mean no. Yes, we heard that. No, there's nothing new there. That's the effigy spot again. So yeah, it's probably the next round. That'll have more commentary. A button's double tapping a bit again. It would be funny if it removes her from, like, the scenes where she's stuck in the wall later. But I kind of doubt that. I think it just turns off the chasing version. Alright, now she's more visible. Is this still the same one?
From the word go.
Yes, okay. Alright, now she's visible. Okay. Kind of. Oh, she just does a crackle for good sport. Okay. Yeah, 'cause she's not mobile yet. Ah. Alright, this should be a new batch, I think.
The story changed
Yes.
from simply being about keeping a fire lit until it accidentally starts a forest fire to one about someone ruminating on the past. It became clear this was going to be a psychological horror. The fire is such a great and fluid metaphor. Something that's made these commentaries more difficult than most is that I designed the game with feelings first and foremost. I
Always
had
good.
lines to give the shape of events, evoke imagery in the player's mind, but I wanted players to fill in the gaps.
Hence
And
the
when
big
asked
mood
by
at the end.
protesters what they felt it was about, they all gave different answers within the bounds I created, so I felt I did a good job abstracting things. So even though these commentaries are my place to let loose with my intentions, I'm still hesitant to share specifics of meaning that I ascribe to anything in this game. The experience is a conversation between me and the player, and
As all good games should be.
kind of spoils that. I needed a behavior for the effigy.
This is the thing about the
Initially, I imagined them roaming, and the player
freeze
would
mode.
crouch and sneak through brush as the effigy wandered past. But with limited time, I figured going the Weeping Angel route would be easier. Mostly because I wouldn't have to contend with the creature's sightlines or designing the map in a way that it was feasible to break them. That said, I didn't want players to figure out how the monster worked too quickly and go, oh, okay, it's just Weeping Angel rules.
Yeah, if you didn't see me play the demo, I didn't realize it until we listened to this commentary, so...
There's nothing unknown. So I tried to alter the behavior so it wasn't 100% obvious how the effigy worked. At first I tried having a timer for when the effigy was allowed to move, but looking at them would cause the timer to speed up, and so in practice, they almost instantly froze on sight. However, you couldn't just look at them, as eventually the timer would reset and they would move again even if you were looking. This did sow the confusion I was aiming for, but it ended up not jiving with players.
Should be so with an O. That's what you do for
Frustrated that they couldn't
fields.
figure out how the effigy operated.
Sorry to be a little proofreader.
So after a bunch of back and forth playtesting, I ended up settling on just making them work like Weeping Angels. The only holdover is that the angle of sight to stop the effigy is way smaller than the screen, forcing you to look at them more directly than traditional angels.
Yeah. Thought I turned the effigy off, but okay. Okay, yeah, she's not following me. Alright. Yeah, okay, I guess she just hangs out by the fire. So I'm guessing that's where her spawn point was. So. Alright, I kind of want to do a big lap just to... Oh, maybe not so much. Can we get got? I don't think we can get got. That's probably what it turns off. Okay, that's fair. That's actually probably easier than removing her from the level completely. Yeah, it just turned off the capture mechanic. Again, since we're just doing the commentary, I figured I'd make my life easier and make it go a little quicker if we didn't do that. I wonder what happens if you... Let me save that. I might do a third run real quick to see what happens if you run out of stamina entirely. Like, does your heart explode, or you just do like a slowdown for a second? I will light more of the fire. I just wanted to... Okay, so there's no more commentary, at least not for now. I think we listened to this one.
I needed a behavior.
Yeah, it's the behavior. Yep. Okay. And I think that was all the commentary that was in the demo, too. Well, now that she's not capturing me, she's on top of me half the time. The cave hasn't revealed itself yet, I don't think.
I needed a behavior for the F.
The F?
The story.
Just double checking. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing, but... Or the one we've listened to already. Only having a couple per, like, stage also, makes it easier to do it if you don't turn the effigy off. You can still get the commentary over the course of several attempts. Okay. Still the same?
The story changed.
Yes. Okay. Okay, well, that's proof the water does respawn. Sometimes from a distance, the wood bundles do look like the VLs. Just vaguely. Oh, hi. Do my little twirl to make them come back. Okay. Alright, this is a new phase, so this should be new commentary.
So to keep the player from getting too cozy, I changed how the effigy worked in the next level.
Yep. Well, I noticed.
Before they would stop dead when looked at, now they're just slowed down. Funny enough, it sort of became the easier of the two levels.
Yep.
For any player that figured it out. There were players who would look, realize it's not stopping the effigy, and then presume that looking ain't it at all, and just try to run away.
Haha.
But
Got
the
him.
running effigy is faster than the player at full strength, so they would get caught. For better or worse, death is just a minor inconvenience. It does the job of not making the experience too frustrating, but it does mean that players don't have to learn how to combat the effigy. They can just sort of brute force their way through.
Letting you respawn with the items helped a lot too. Okay, so there's another commentary out this way, right? Yeah. And I think there's probably going to be one in the cave.
I was actually surprised when Googling potential names for this that Bone Fire isn't very common. Even though there is plenty about how bonfire's etymology stems from bone fire.
Oh!
Believe it or not,
that didn't even occur to me.
Just Bone Fire or Bone Fire Effigy. I went with the latter because I felt it was very unique. Like, when you think it can't mean anything but this.
There we go. No cave commentary. Oh. I feel betrayed. A little bit of weird geometry there I can climb. Or maybe it locks her by the fire for this one turned off, because otherwise on fire contact would probably still light us up since it's not the capture. Alright, we'll check some other routes here.
I was actually surprised when Google...
Yeah, that was the name one, okay. Again, it might just be 2 per area, so we're probably good. Which probably gets real fun if you, like, once we get to the area on fire? I mean, I guess if we have to repeat the chapter if we get caught on fire too many times, we're good. Oh, I see, and the more you light the fire, the more powered up she becomes. That's why she was getting progressively nastier and more aggressive. Makes sense. Okay, it looks like it just goes purple and refills when you fully do the stamina. I ran out by accident there. Kind of double and triple checking the hills, but yeah, I think we're good. Alright, now let's get the cave bones, since there's at least 3 in here. They're very oops all femurs, but that's fine. A little shorter than a femur. Still the same?
So to keep the player from...
Yep, okay. Let's run to the hills. Okay, yeah, if you run out, it just perps you out. It doesn't give you a heart attack. That would be cheap, so thank you for... This is the name one again? Yes. I was Zatchbell. Alright.
So to keep the...
Again, I'm just making sure we don't miss any. In part because I want to hear everything, and also in part because there's an achievement for getting them all. Feels like there was definitely a little more fuel than you needed each time, so I'm not too worried about that aspect of it. Okay, that's new and exciting.
So the fire chase won't start until you leave the starting area. And the commentary is a little longer than the run to get to the end. Early in, I knew I wanted the game to end with the player outrunning a wall of fire. However, it took a lot of playing around to make it feel any kind of tense. I hadn't added stamina at this point, and just holding run to move down a path was boring. Adding stamina ended up being a boon for the whole game, as it created tension not just in your ability to outrun the fire, but also your ability to outpace the effigy. It made moving around the maps just that little more dynamic, as you don't want to let your stamina run out completely, since recovery from zero takes longer. The stamina was a big help, but it didn't quite solve the issue. Trying to come up with something to make it a little bit more dynamic, I wondered, well, there's so much heat around, perhaps the player is suffering through heat exhaustion, and I decided to look up what those kind of symptoms were. So we added a little something into the movement script to have the player stumble back and forth while moving. It doesn't do a lot to actually impede you, but I do think it sells the struggle of movement. Same with the final element that makes the scene come together, the blur. I ripped the blur effect I made for Make Beautiful, one used to sell
it's still going, okay.
Good. And stuck it into this game, making the blur worse the closer the fire is. The more interesting aspect, though, is making it blurrier if you look at the fire. It helps sell that the heat is so intense that it's messing with your vision.
Okay, well, thank you for not putting additional commentaries here. Oh, shit. I'm genuinely surprised we had time to get back to that. Oh, there's another one.
Originally, the player just ran until they hit a dead end, and then they were consumed by the fire. It was a last-minute addition to place the effigy at the end in the dirt. It was also a happy accident that I had updated my character controller to be able to crouch, and that it automatically...
I'm glad it keeps playing through the deaths, too.
If they hit the ceiling with their head.
Okay.
It then made sense to add one more text box about how you always come crawling back. All in all, these changes make the end feel more complete.
Alright, for real this time. I'm guessing there's at least one more in the next stage. Your average streamer when everybody's hitting the hydrate button right here. Do 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 do. Oh. That was the hit your head one. Okay. Yeah, right before the crawl. We got a better lead this time, so we should be alright. Always come crawling back. Okay. No commentary here. Did we miss one? Or do we have to finish the game after all of it? and life goes on. Okay, well, you can do it with the effigy turned off to get the not getting captured one. That's good. Feels like it didn't read, like... I'm gonna check that last chapter just for any other side route ones.
So the fire chase won't start until you leave the starting area, and the commentary is a little longer than the run to get to the end. Early in, I knew I wanted the...
I knew there wasn't any in the cave.
Outrunning a wall of fire. However, it took a lot of playing around to make it feel any kind of tense. I hadn't added stamina.
And also, I might have to... the other thing is, I might just have to listen fully through the first two, or first 4 or 6 or whatever, that we got before...
Just in your ability to outrun the fire, but also your ability to outpace the effigy. It made moving around the
yeah, that's a dead end.
a little more dynamic, as you don't want to let your stamina run out completely, since recovery from 0 takes longer. The stamina was a big help, but it didn't quite solve the issue.
Yeah, the skips might not count. That's fine.
To make it a little bit more dynamic, I wondered, well, there's so much heat around, perhaps the player is suffering through heat exhaustion, and...
Also a dead end, okay.
Those kind of symptoms were. So we added a little something into the movement script to have the player stumble back and forth while moving. It doesn't do a lot to actually impede you, but I do think it sells the struggle of movement. Same with the final element that makes the scene come together, the blur. I ripped the blur effect I made for Make Beautiful, one used to sell the paint.
Alright, let me go back to the first two and,
This game, making the blur worse the closer the fire is. The more interesting aspect, though, is making it blurrier if you look at the fire. It helps sell the...
re-listen to the early ones.
Messing with your vision.
Because, yeah, it might not have saved me listening to them originally.
I was actually surprised when Googling potential names.
There we go.
Bone Fire isn't very common. Even though there is plenty about how bonfire's etymology stems from bone fire. Believe it or not, I was split between...
Thankfully, the chapters like let you jump around like that, but that was the achievement for listening to everything.
I went with the latter because I felt it was very unique. Like, when you think it can't mean anything but this.
Alright, I'm going to quit back to menu, and I want to see if there's any achievements left. I think we're done, though. I'm just worried it's going to crash when we tab out again, but we're at menu, so that should be less of an issue. Nope, that's everything. Alright. That's a fully complete Bone Fire Effigy. The mark there. Make sure I cut a little ahead of the mark, but yeah, we had to repeat a bit of the run there to make sure all the commentary listens registered, because apparently skipping ahead in the, like, if you thought you'd, just skipping them, you have to listen through it all the way through, which makes sense. But we had that crash earlier and everything, so I thought I could skip. Incorrect, but we're there. 9 achievements, done and done. Let me get the price on this for you before I quit out. It was only like $3 on itch, and it's $3 on Steam. Okay. And if you want, you can get a full-ass bundle of Vladimere Lhore stuff on Steam, which is literally just Vladimere's lore and Bone Fire Effigy. So it'll probably get more stuff added as you release, or as they release more. But all right.